everybody was just like, and they looked all at the professor or the teacher, and he was like, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. And it was like that moment was just like, what did I just do? What did I just play through within my mind? And then it was like, oh, this is what lawyers are doing. This is how they're undermining laws.
Yeah.
This is how they're figuring out how the laws can work for them or not work for them. And it's like the interpretations of documents was where it was like, wait, those are subjective, or, those can be just an opinion, but it can define how it's used, right? Like when we look at different, Second Amendment, First Amendment, like where's the lines and how is it interpreted? So that day I went home and I got an early graduation present from my mom, which was an iPad, one of the first iPads.
Very cool.
And I locked myself away, and that whole summer I went down the rabbit hole. Who wrote the Constitution? Why'd they write it? Where'd they come from? Why'd they come here? What'd they do when they came here? Why'd they leave? What were they leaving? Who was it that they left? Why did that person become, just kept on following this rabbit hole, literally.
Yeah, you're challenging it. You're making sure that it resonates with you.
I'm checking the foundations of what I'm taking as why is this important?
Yeah.
Right? What does this do to define my life now and moving forward? And it was just, down, like I said to you earlier, it was that rabbit hole led me to one thing, history, and then learning different styles of government. And then it was like, wait, religion's involved as well. Mm-hmm. And then that was a whole kind of
new level.
Yeah, that was a whole different piece of it. But that moment in my senior high school class really shaped much of how I would live the rest of my life to this moment, because it set off a fire, and that kind of passion is I think it when you have it, but it's hard to explain.
Yeah, and it's unique for every person, right?
Absolutely.
But that is the common denominator, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you see a lot of successful adults who are clearly passionate about what they're doing, there is a point in time where they just unconsciously fell into it, right?
Yeah.
Like if you think about someone, I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast the other day, and he's really big into martial arts, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he always talks about how, it never seemed like work to me. Like, yeah, it was hard work. I had to exercise and I was getting my ass kicked and all this, but I just loved doing it. And I did it for 15 years and became an expert. And now I teach other people and blah, blah, blah. So it's like,
exactly.
And apply the same thing to being a, financial wealth manager, politics, psychology, philosophy. You find your kind of niche and then you pursue excellence in that realm, and you're not working a day in your life, technically, right?
Absolutely. And it's, especially in politics, it's very stressful. And if you don't have certain things to keep you centered, it can destroy you. And I've watched it destroy people. I've watched it scare people away. I've watched it do a lot of things. And it certainly takes a reminder of philosophy to keep one, firm and grounded, because it's a wild, it's a wild world out there in politics, especially right now.
Yeah.
So yeah,